Cześć, ja jestem Krystyna, and this is the instrumental case, or an introduction to one of the grammatical cases in the Polish languages. Cut, never mind. Messed up. Okay, starting over. Cześć, ja jestem Krystyna. So hi, I'm Kristen, and okay, wait, I'm gonna start that over again. Cześć, ja jestem Krystyna, and this is the instrumental case in Polish. So I am Kristen. We're gonna be talking about the instrumental case as far as introductions and prepositions go. And so first we'll start off with introducing yourself and your name. Imię means name. So, na imię mi Magda, jestem Robert, nazywam się Marysia. These are all ways to say my name is. I personally find the last two are the easiest. The first one syntactically is a little bit confusing. But basically, na imię mi, my name is, jestem, I am, nazywam się, my name is, and then your name. So, in my case, na imię mi Krystyna, jestem Krystyna, nazywam się Krystyna. Any one of those works just fine. And asking, do we know someone or do you know someone? Przepraszam, sorry or excuse me, but in this case more of excuse me. Czy wy się znacie? Do you all know? And so basically it's a prompt to like, do you know this person? And same with the next example, which just uses a specific person's name. Przepraszam, czy znasz Jan? I'm sorry, do you know Jan or John in English? And then this is, I guess, a little bit more complex, but it's basically saying I would like to introduce my colleague, and then saying like, this is this person. So, chcę ci przedstawić kolegę, to jest Juliusz, polski student. So, I like to introduce you to my colleague. There's a little bit of complexity with grammar, and this being the accusative case, conjugative verb paired with infinitive, but these are just basic ways of saying like, I would like to introduce you to someone, and you can obviously interchange this word, but the main thing that I want you to get from this is just chcę ci przedstawić is I would like to introduce you, and then if you're introducing someone to your mom, you would say mama, dad, ojciec, and next to jest Juliusz, this is Juliusz, polski student. So that's just saying he's a Polish student. So next we'll talk about how to introduce someone in the sense of where they're from, or their background or ethnicity, or nationality for a better term. And so this question is kim jest? And it kind of means like, who is this? But it means that in the sense of like, more of where are they from. So, to jest Walter. Walter. Kim jest Walter? So this is how you'd ask like, who is Walter? In the sense of where is he from? And next, Walter jest Niemcem. And so this is where the instrumental case comes in with introducing someone, because the original word for German is not Niemcem. The em that you see added here is the instrumental case, and that is because when you have something is something, so you think of like X is X, no matter what these two words are, something is something, so X is X. You always need this last word to be in the instrumental case. And that's why we have Walter jest Niemcem instead of Walter jest Niemiec, which is also another way of saying German or Germany in a different grammatical case. And just know that The EM is for the masculine cases, so because Walter jest masculine, you use the masculine element to the instrumental case. So, but next we'll see a feminine version of this. Ta jest Maria. Maria. And so you ask again, kim jest Maria. That part doesn't change. The way that you ask, kim jest is the same, even though the gender has changed. So, who is Maria, or like where is she from? And you would respond obviously that Maria jest francuską. And again, you see the instrumental case in the ending of the word with the A hook, that is the sound. And so that's how you distinguish, instead of saying Maria jest francuska, that this is the instrumental case. And again, X is X, so you have to change that last word into the instrumental form, which in the feminine case means om. So moving on. Ta jest Krystyna. There I am. So again, kim jest Krystyna? This is another feminine example. Krystyna jest Polką, Polish. And so you use the A hook for the ending because it is the feminine instrumental case. And lastly, to jest Milan. Kim jest Milan? Milan jest włoskim. This is obviously, I hope it's obvious that it's a masculine case because we're talking about a male instead of a female. And with this instrumental masculine case, you do im, and that's mainly because of the K that comes as sort of the last letter in the word for Italian, włoskim. And so you just have to sort of pay attention to what the last letter of the word with the masculine cases is before you decide if it's going to be im or m. So em in Niemcem or włoskim in włoskim. And so I hope that that's not confusing, but basically just know when there's a K, you're not really going to do kem. That's not a sound that is used in Polish. It's always kim. And so just remember that it's either M or im. Okay, moving on. So now let's talk about prepositions. Gdzie jest kot? This is an example that we use all the time in Lublin, and it's really helpful to know how exactly prepositions in different grammatical cases work in Polish. So we're going to use this example as well. Narzędnik means instrumental. So first, sorry about that. Kot jest. Okay, well, actually, gdzie jest kot tutaj? Where is the cat here? And we know that it's before the house. So the preposition for before the house, przed, is then followed by the instrumental case of the word house. So normally we would see the word house in a Polish dictionary as dom, and being that it's masculine, it ends in a consonant. But because we know that this preposition in this situation triggers the instrumental case, we then add the em because it's masculine. So, kot jest przed domem. A następne. Przepraszam. Gdzie jest kot? Kot jest. Okay, now we know it's behind, and so this triggers the preposition za. Kot jest za drzewem. And again, drzew. Word for tree, masculine, so you add the em. Gdzie jest kot? So we can see that the cat is under the chair, so kot jest pod krzesłem. Again, masculine case. I'm sorry, actually, so krzesło is neuter. And so here's where you should know that both the neuter and masculine cases take im, m in instrumental. there's no difference between the masculine and neuter cases. And so hopefully you already know, but I'll give you a brief background of the neuter case. It ends in the nominative, it ends in O or E, and so krzesło is the nominative form of this word, meaning chair, and because it ends in O, krzesło, it's neuter. And so knowing that both masculine and neuter take the same form in instrumental, you also add em. So, kto jest pod krzesło? I'm sorry, kto jest pod krzesłem? So that means that the cat is under the chair using the instrumental case. A następny, gdzie jest kot? Kot jest nad rybką. So here we are not using masculine or a neuter case in the instrumental, but feminine, and that you can hopefully see with the a hook on. Nad means over, and so hopefully you can infer that then rybka is fish. A tutaj kot jest nad rybką. A następny, gdzie jest kot? Kot jest między butelkami. Here you have the instrumental plural with butelkami, because there are multiple bottles. So instead of taking the word in its singular, you put it in the plural, and you do this by adding ami. And this is also pretty straightforward. It doesn't change for the genders, if I recollect correctly. And so kot jest między butelkami means the cat is in between the bottles. And między is always means in between. Some of these prepositions I forgot to mention, when you use them in different grammatical cases, they get a little tricky to remember the meaning. And so, but między is one of them where, like, always it's going to mean in between. So hopefully that helps. Okay, next I'm just going to show you some images that I took from Lublin, which is where you'll study if you so choose to study with UWM in the Polish program. And so these are things that you would come across in the town. And we're going to attempt to point out some of the things that we just talked about, so prepositions and the instrumental case in more of like a real life situation. So, nazewnik, przypadek w Lublin, so the instrumental case in Lublin. Gdzie jest, a co to znaczy? So where is it and what does it mean? First, kawiarnia, między słowami, księgarnia. So this means a cafe and bookstore. It's actually a really cool place. If you do go to Lublin, I highly suggest it's coffee and studying there. Między słowami, we just talked about how między means in between. Słowami then is the plural form of the word in the instrumental case. So you could actually try to literally translate it and say in between the words, but out of context it more means in between the lines, which is the name of the cafe. And then it's also a bookstore, so you can buy books and work on your translation skills from między słowami. A następne pożegnanie z Afryką, kawiarnia i sklep, kawa, herbata, czekolada. Zapraszamy. This is a great place, and it's from, so first of all, let's break it down. Greetings from, or like, yeah, more like greeting from Africa. Kawiarnia i sklep, so we just said kawiarnia is a cafe, and then sklep is store. Personally, I think that this is more of a store than a cafe, where you can buy coffee, tea, and chocolate. And then this bottom word is like we welcome you. And so it's all of these products from Africa, and where you see the instrumental case here is with this preposition, which we didn't talk about in the previous slide, and I apologize for that, but it means from z Afryką. And you see the instrumental case with that A hook again. Afrika, meaning Africa. But because it's from, and that from preposition triggers the instrumental case, you say z Afrikaan. Następne. So this is a vending machine in the school, in Cool, the Catholic University of Lublin. And so this one is, I think, most applicable where you can really see the instrumental case in sort of like daily life in Poland. And well, first of all, the vending machine is kind of cool because it like makes you coffee and hot chocolate and like a lot of hot drinks, which is something we don't have here in America. And so where do you see the instrumental case? Gdzie jest? So you see it here, 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 and here, and they're all using this other preposition z, in this case meaning with. So again, this is where prepositions have sort of double or multiple meaning in Polish, although you could argue that they do in English as well. So here z means with, and you can see that here in kawa mała z mlekiem, which means small coffee. Kawa mała, so kawa, yes, coffee, mała, yes, small. Words are flipped, but you can infer. And then z mlekiem means with milk. Milk is mleko, so that is a neuter word again in the nominative mleko. And you add here, because of the K, you do IEM. And so you can see that EM, IEM, and know that that is the instrumental case, and then know that Z is with, triggering that case. And so the rest are basically the same, so I will say them and translate them for you, but hopefully you get the rule of the grammatical case by now. So the next one, kawa duża z mlekiem, large coffee with milk. Cappuccino z czekoladą. This one uses the feminine, so it's a good example because it's different from these that use the neuter word. Czekolada is chocolate and feminine, so you, when it's in the instrumental case, z czekoladą. A następne, czekolada z mlekiem. So here you can see czekolada in the nominative, z mlekiem with milk in the instrumental. So I hope that all of this information, though a lot of it is helpful to understanding and learning the instrumental case, and that you can see where it is used in real life, daily life in Poland.